Hey, in this video, we're going to be discussing the P3320 Ryobi 18 volt dual power fan. Hey, if you like this kind of content on product reviews, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the bell to be notified of new content. Let's get going. All right, hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. This is Robert from Sherburne Outdoors. Hey, today we're going to be discussing an 18 volt dual power Ryobi fan. So you guys have seen the channel. I am out and about all the time, whether I'm in my garage working on the bike here, or I'm out camping, or we're at a campsite. One thing I like to have is air moving around. If I'm in my rooftop tent, I want air at night, whether it's hot or cold. If I'm in the garage, I like to have air moving around. If it's the summer, you know, it can be really hot in here, but if it's the winter, it also can be cool in here, and I actually do utilize this with a heater as well. So this is a pretty simple unit. It's about 50 bucks at Home Depot or on Amazon, wherever you want to get it at. It's been around a long time. I don't think too much advancement's been made into it, but it is really super simple, and the battery will last forever. I will talk about that in a little bit. But it really doesn't do a lot other than blow air. It's got some great little things built into it for hanging and positioning. But for the most part, it's relatively simple. If we just kind of look around at the front, you've got the fan itself. It swivels, kind of swivels all the way around, depending on how you want to position it. It actually will sit flat. Here's a picture of it sitting flat on a table, blowing out. It's kind of nice. In the back, it has the battery, but if we pull the battery out, you'll see right here, we do have the two plugs so that you can hook it into wall power. But right now I've got a 4 amp hour battery pack put into it. You just put it in just like so. And if we look around the rest of it, it's got a nice little handle right here. It's got the two buttons here, the toggle where you can go low, or I can go to the other side and go really high, and when it goes really high, it really pumps out some air. And in the middle, you just put it and it just turns itself off. A couple other things this particular unit has is it's got ability to hang in a couple different ways. I talked about, you know, it could just sit here like so. Another way is it's got a hanger built here so that you can actually hang it on various things, whether it's inside of a tent hanging down from this, or in my case, I may hang it up here on my garage door in one of two ways. I hang it with this, or also a different way. So this is one good hanger. The other thing it has is it actually does have these right here, these nail holes. So if you want to put nail holes in the wall and then hang it up on there, you can. And the third piece it has is these right here. And these are great. These actually will hang in two different ways. One, you can hang them just like I talked about, putting them up on the garage door itself, up there, and hang it on there. It'll do really, really well. Another way that it works really well is under my shelving right up here. It's got a wire bottom, and these actually will just clip up in there and hang down just perfectly. So that is another way I utilize that. And I usually put those up there in the summer when it's hot and I'm trying to push some air around, or actually I store it up there as well. So when I need to grab it and pull it down. Probably the last thing that I do with this is, I actually got it on over there right now, is the Mr. Buddy. It's the middle of November, it's about 30 degrees outside. And so I like to put this on a bucket right behind it and blow air around. And it works really great. So this thing is pretty quiet. So those are kind of the three ways I personally use it. So let's look at how the sound of this. So we got, again, two settings. We got one on this side and two on this side. One is low, and if you just turn it on low, and I've got this really close, you know, it's quiet. And when you're sleeping at night in a tent or in the back of a car or wherever you're at, you just don't hear anything. Now I will say, if you turn it on to high, and the low is fine, by the way, this pushes quite a bit of air around. The high, go over to that second, it pushes a lot of air around. It will really put out some power here. So those are the two different settings. And again, I've got an 18 volt battery in here right now. So let's talk about time. You know, we're talking electric cordless tools, even though this does have a ability to hook into regular 110 power. How long does it last on the battery? I looked all over the internet and got a variety from 5 hours on high to 16 hours on low. Well, I ran some tests. I got roughly about 7.5 hours on high, running it just like that, full blast with a 4 amp hour battery. And then I got 15 hours running it on low. So taking these out for a weekend camping, you know, you just really need one battery, 2 max. When you're at the campsite and you can have air all around, whether it is the winter or whether it is the summer. And when I say it is the winter, just like this video right here, you can take this big buddy heater out, and I actually put it down in my vestibule of my rooftop tent. And I use this, put it up like this, and it blows the hot air all the way up into the rooftop tent overhead. And I've got as much heat as you can possibly imagine. I end up having to open all the windows so I don't suffocate. I do keep a carbon monoxide monitor around, and I've never had this thing register anything with the Mr. Buddy going along with that. So anyway, not to get digressed, there's a whole nother video on the Big Buddy heater, but this is such a great purchase. Again, it's $50 at Home Depot. You can buy it online or in the store. They usually have tons of these things laying around. Hey, if you like this kind of content on these product reviews, make sure to subscribe to the channel and don't forget to hit the bell to be notified of new content. Thank you for your time. Everybody have a great day.